Yeah, I should have had this running the whole time. Okay. Do you wanna screen share or do you wanna just watch together? We'll do screen share here.
Together.
Yeah, screen share way better actually.
Screen share would be better?
Yeah, screen share is way better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Because then that way I could draw on the screen for you, etc., etc. We can actually keep the commentators on a little bit for this one.
He's just gonna get pushed in by Rise and get a few levels and then maybe.
The other party can't see yet. Press the button below to start your video. Alright, dude.
No, dude, I'm sharing screen.
No, it's told me to put on my webcam.
Don't put on your webcam.
Why, you don't want to see me, dude?
No, my viewers probably don't want to see you.
And Rise is already pushing, so Faker kind of lost his chance to play aggressive and he took some more AoE damage.
I'll take a lot of poke here. Is starting to get pressured in.
Yeah, see, okay. So early on, I think the way Rise works now, with the little bit of range he does get, he might be able to harass early on, but I think overall, there's no way that IM's comp engages into SKT, and if IM's comp tries to kite versus SKT, it could also end up being tragic if they don't position perfectly. But anyway, we'll just talk about mid. So, alright, yeah, you get fucking hit by, holy shit.
Oh.
What a legend. Alright, yeah, you can't get hit by that Q there as an immobile champ. There's no way.
From Cass?
Yeah, from Cass. Like, she'll just run you down level 2 if you do that shit.
Also, when Baeme was trying to trade against Faker just a second before, he was actually taking a lot of minion aggro. Now, if he was
I think, actually, Baeme could have potentially went exhaust here. No, he needs the ghost. He definitely needs the ghost versus the enemy comp. No way.
Yeah,
there's no way he can go exhaust, actually. Never mind. Yeah, I know. Just for the if it was this lane matchup and they didn't have that much utility and mobility on the enemy team, maybe, but nah. I don't think so, actually.
Yeah, I think Baeme actually had
How come he puts
Dopa actually likes heal a lot versus Cassio. But the thing is, like, yeah, in competitive game where the enemy team has that much utility, you absolutely do need Ghost.
How come Faker puts that ward there?
Do you see how Faker... Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. Okay, so do you see how he floats like this? And then as soon as he sees this Q... Because the thing is, he's predicting that this guy's going to Q, right? He's not just doing it now. Like... Or he's not just dodging it last second. Like, he's predicting that when he walks up, he's going to get Q'd, so then he just dodges it, and he wastes this guy's cooldown and mana. And then if he stays up, that gives Faker the opportunity to turn on him.
Okay.
The reason he puts the ward there is because if he walks out, if Baeme walks out any of these ways, then Faker can see him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really important, like, when you're sitting back, that you're staying in fog of war, and then if the enemy mid laner doesn't have vision over you, then you have threat over here and here, and then potentially, like, if there's a jungler coming around, you could even, depending on what champ you are, surprise them by walking up, like, with a wave that you don't think they'd walk up onto. But anyway, okay, so here, do you see how he's not pushing up? Because even though he could be harassing Baeme now, he's, like... Okay, so yeah, when you see yourself here, and you see this many minions there, and you know that the lane is frozen here, right? We're making formulas now for you. So if you see this right here, the formula is all this CS stacked like that, and the lane is frozen at any point, you can't push up and actually just trade with him and be confident about it, okay? You have to respect him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or, not respect him, respect the jungler.
Right. Did he not respect the Voidless there? Like, what? Why did
he didn't respect the Voidless. He walked back up for some reason. He shouldn't have. He should have either called Blank to help him shove the wave, which he shouldn't do here because Blank needs to get his like pacing going, or he just roams with Blank somewhere. Like, yeah, here he could have just walked up the top and potentially just dove the Poppy even, with the wave pushing like that. Yeah, it would have been way better for him to walk up and just dive Poppy with Blank.
Mid-jungle duo. Blank able to salvage one kill,
especially since, yeah, if Duke took the next wave, I think he might have hit 6, right? Is this the way that...
The Trundle?
Yeah. No, he wouldn't, I don't think. But even if he didn't, you still kill the Poppy there, because then she's also not hitting 6 when she's under tower and the minions are dying anyway, you know what I mean? like when you're trying to set it up. So I think, yeah, the best move there is you can actually roam. If you feel yourself getting frozen out on, always remember that you can roam.
Another indicator of like, okay, he didn't actually see.
That's what a lot of top laners are actually starting to get now, and you'll see them like roam down into mid, right?
On
Yeah.
right side of the map, if that makes sense.
That's why I like playing Scion with his ult. Yeah, this shit's so much fun.
God bless you, man.
No. Yo, I got a dirty double kill today. I'll send you the clip later.
Alright. They never put in place that thing where if you kill out someone with his ult, you keep running, right?
Yeah, no. If you run into a champion, the ult's done.
Even if they kill it?
Yeah.
Even if it kills it? Okay, yeah, because there is that idea that was on Reddit. And everyone's like, wow, this is a really good idea or some shit. And then I think Riot even said that they considered implementing it.
Really? That'd
Yeah.
be so broken.
Yeah. Well, the
It does,
thing
like-
is, he's not really strong, dude. At all. I mean, he's okay in solo queue, and for some reason he has the highest win rate in solo queue as support. I think because he throws people off and because of his bush
His
cheat.
Q does a lot of damage at level 1.
Yeah, that too. Alright, anyway. So,
Interesting, not quite what we expected as far as how this lane would play out.
this, see, now Baeme isn't moving up because he knows that, yeah, first of all, Nidalee could be around, and with a red buff now, because that's coming up. So if he was fast enough, then yeah, it could be Nidalee with red buff, and then there's also obviously the blue. So first he was leaning to the left for that purpose, and because his jungler was off to that side.
He could just EW and then Q to get his speed boost and run away.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he's all the way up here, you know, with this wave like all the way up here, you know, and Nidalee, let's say, comes from here even and just like cuts him off and just uses the red buff to slow him, and Faker still has his flash, so he just runs with him down, and if he needs any more damage.
Right. Did he take Storm Raiders or Thunderlords on the Rise?
The Rise probably took Storm Raiders. If he took anything else, I'd be very surprised. Versus Cassiopeia, who's gonna have a slow with a Rylai's and the W, obviously, and then the Trundle Pillar, Karma, etc. Maybe even Rylai on Nidalee, depending. But I think in this game, actually, Roa is better for the Nidalee.
Yeah, despite the fact that he did kind of fumble and go back into trade with the Rise on that first play, he was in the right spot.
Right, so now you see he moves over to here for blue, but even when he doesn't have the blue buff up, Faker does this thing where he'll back up, or I mean every like high level mid does and should do it, but they'll back up into the Fog of War to replicate the pressure I had just been telling you about.
Okay.
By backing off.
Are they gonna push for turret or dragon?
Well, the thing is, they can do turret now still, because Nidalee's still down there, and they have to completely give up the bot lane, pretty much. So they're going to get it anyway, so he can just walk back and protect mid. So see that? This is a very worthy amount of HP to give up for getting a fucking tower and those kills, you know what I mean? And even if he didn't get it, okay, then now you just can't make any other risky roams for the rest of the game. But this is what like League of Legends has become, right? Is you look for these plays that if you fuck up on them, you barely get any deficit out of it, if at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So they get a turret and a dragon from it. That's pretty good.
You think so? I think it's okay.
Oh yeah, it's Cloud.
Now,
Well,
now,
it helps with those
now you
bumps.
just take your bot lane, you put them top, you rotate Trundle back down to bot, and it's free game. Wait, why are they going... What?
Insanely far ahead in farm here for a jungler overall.
They might try to push down mid, or go bot again.
I guess Sivir's gonna clear the wave bot, and then Karma's gonna go mid, but I don't like that. I'd rather... Oh, it might actually be resource allocation. Yeah, that's what it is. They would rather give Duke the... You hear those sirens, dude?
Yeah. I thought that was from in-game. I thought I heard a Riot Blitzcrank.
No. Okay, anyway. So, they'd rather give Duke the resources, I guess, versus the Poppy matchup especially, because he could just shit on her and split push, maybe in that scenario. And, I guess they could be scared of them 3v1ing bot, if, he's down there, but I don't think that's... Yeah, see, now he learned his lesson, and when he's frozen out on... I mean, he's not necessarily frozen out on, but even now, it's like level 8, right? Rise has the long enough range and levels, and now a little bit of AP, and then Elise obviously has her AP. to be able to kill him even through the Negatron if they really get him at an opportune spot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he has to play care. Or at the very least, they would force him to base, so, and that's tragic. Can't let that happen.
Faker is playing so aggressive there because of his vision, right?
Yeah.
That's why he's playing so forward.
Yep, exactly. And if you don't have this kind of vision, you can't play this far up, and you have to play safer. If you look at yesterday, actually, he played so fucking safe against, who was it? It was, Jensen, I believe, right?
Because he didn't have that good... Yeah, he played against Jensen.
Yeah, he played against Jensen. He was playing Syndra against Jensen's Cassiopeia. He played super safe, waited for, like, when he knew he could get guaranteed kills and an advantage, and then just took him to town.
The first blood tower gold, I think, was really big for SK Telecom because it gives Baeme and Wolf...
The Duke went Cull here because the matchup is in his favor, right?
Yeah, and he can just farm and get to his 2-item spike faster that way.
Because Elise's roots become way more predictable when Wolf is able to freely get into Elise's red side jungle and get deep wards. And when you know
it's also a pretty good Ontron though, because you think like he gets a shit ton of attack speed, right? So
yeah, no lifesteal.
Every hit, yeah, does a lot for him.
So a lot more flexibility in the pathing there, and kind of curious to see where Blank goes next as the. Looks like
the Ryze can fight Cassiopeia, can't he? Because he does a lot of damage if he gets the combo right.
What's up?
The Ryze can fight the Cass, can't he? Because he does a lot of damage with his
Nah, because this is pre-nerf to the Cassiopeia's E-healing, dude. She'll shit on him without healing reduction. Yeah.
I have seen a lot of different stuff where I think it just comes down to what the player really prefers.
Going to see a bit of aggression from Baeme here.
Ooh.
We'll hold that thought on the build path and talk about the fight that's coming. They're just going to blink out.
That's really bad for Baeme, dude. That's actually really, really bad for Baeme. They could actually lose 2 towers off of this and the game is going to be over. No, go top!
Won't mid give them more opportunity if they get that turret? Oh.
No, they can't, because Poppy showed there. I think... No, I guess... It's okay. They don't want to overstay on the map, and then they want to get their spikes and get back on, but... I don't know, like... Poppy had TP, and I was the only person that could defend anything, if maybe she TP'd to, like, that top tower, but that's what I was thinking was, if that happened, then you just 3v1 her under the tower and just take the tower. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they return with mid-tower, but now you got the first blood tower gold guaranteed, and you get the better back timing, and now the map is open for you, like, right after that, and it's gonna be open for a while. You know what I mean? After you get that reset and pacing ahead of them. So... yeah.
Okay.
There's multiple build paths on Ryze.
Sorry there's so much general knowledge here, even though I know you want like some mid-laning work, but we'll do that in the one-on-one for sure.
It's all good, I don't mind. Knowledge is knowledge.
Oh yeah. Knowledge is power, and power is everything.
That's what my fucking math teacher says.
Yeah, it's like a movie quote, dude.
What the hell?
You didn't know that?
No.
God bless.
And then Jinx have the resets, so they will always be able to keep up as long as they get kills and assists. But
and then there's Uncle Pete with the... What is it? It's with great power comes great responsibility. Or Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben, yeah.
Uncle Ben.
He makes some good syrup. Or rice.
What the
Uncle Ben, the rice.
Very much in control
the rice, dude.
No. Spider-Man. Oh, have you been taking a Wraith at all, by the way? A little Wraith? Like early on?
At the beginning of the game? No. Yeah. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen many of the,
Try it. Yeah, you haven't seen any of the kids in Diamond do it because they're Diamond, that's why. So if you wanna get out of that area, then do it because it's very abusable and it can actually, like, I mean, that little game is just, if you start off the game with that, then cool, you know what I mean? Like, that could end up leading to a lot. What if the jungler shows up, and then there's a 2v2 that ends up having to be level 2 versus level 3 jungler in mid lane, and then you guys get the first blood and snowball off of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What if, like, do you only take one little one, or can you take all 3, or does it matter?
Well, if you're like Victor or something, I think you might be able to take all 3, but I don't know. No, actually, in a lot of matchups,
you'll take too much damage, right?
Yeah, no, you would take too much damage. It's just one, yeah, because the popular thing to do is go, like, Gromp, Wolves, Wraiths for the level 3, then go to Scuttle after that. So, yeah, if they do Gromp, Wolves, Wraiths in that scenario, then they won't have the level 3.
So you take a little raptor, you go mid, you farm a little bit, then you can put a ward down to where the jungler would be coming from, right? And then fight them at the Scuttle?
Yeah, that's what they did in the beginning of this game, and what standard happens in the beginning of every game at level 3. At level 3, the junglers and the mid laners 2v2 over the Scuttle Crab, and if bot lane has a shove, then the support roams also. Makes sense?
Now,
yeah.
what this is saying is they know exactly where Elise is for the next 2 minutes. And so when you have that type of information available to you post-recall, it's really easy to send certain champions to certain lanes. Now, after Faker recalls, we can probably expect all 4 of them to unite in mid.
Dang, yeah, Nick sounds a little sick. LS is 102 degree fever, I think. This
like on stage.
I think so. I think that's, yeah, one of my friends told me it, so he must have tweeted it or something.
Oh yeah, he made a video today responding to
yeah, I have yet to watch that.
Yeah, and he was saying how he's on ibuprofen. That pain medication.
Yeah.
Sick medication. Whatever the hell, dude.
I mean, right now there isn't really a whole lot of things that he necessarily needs to be doing.
Shouldn't they just group and fight or take turrets or something?
I think the reason we haven't seen
no, right now they have their bot lane top, which is all they need to do. Because now Duke goes down, split pushes bot, and if Poppy shows up to lane, then he can just shit on him constantly, you know what I mean? This being elongated is much better for SKT, because they have Earth Drag, so they'll do a lot more damage to towers when they do get the shoves, and they obviously have a big golden item advantage, so, yeah.
Okay.
Like, Nidalee is literally 30 CS over fucking, Elise, dude.
Elise.
Yeah.
It's Faker's job to kind of follow the Ryze around the map, and then Sivir can keep getting a lead versus Jinx, and just, like, basically walk around the map faster than her, because she's always going to get pushed in, and Sivir is just...
He can win those trades if he gets his shield off.
Yeah, but Elise could be here, dude. She could be sitting right here.
No, not Faker, the Ryze. He can win those trades.
Oh.
Definitely right now, SK's
he doesn't have vision here, though. Like, what if he steps up and then he got stunned and Nidalee just kills him? That's the thing. He can't actually trade. You can't think about it. Mid and top aren't 1v1, dude. They're 2v2 lanes. You realize that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Unless your jungler is Master Yi in solo queue, then you're playing 1v2, good luck in esports, hope that he does something with all the farm he accumulates, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't look like they're going to get the opportunity because Faker is already on top there.
Wow, that was something else.
But that's a lot of cooldowns burned already on the side of Baeme, and once again, this blue buff just goes right over to the side of SKT, although...
Is Herald even worth anything?
Yeah, I really like how SKT is playing. They're really trying to, like, fight IM for every single
why?
they can get.
Okay.
Like, they see someone out of position, they
but,
just use their summoners.
Yeah, I think they realized, that mid is low enough to just take here, and they'd rather just do that. Because, like, Rift Herald won't do anything more, really, for Duke here at this stage. If it was maybe early on, like in lane, where Duke would just get Rift and shit on top so hard that he would just solo take tower in lane, you know what I mean? Then maybe. But right now, the usefulness is a little faded. Especially since if they do find any team fights, it'll usually be 5v5, so the buff isn't even really working on him, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe, I mean, it's hard to ward more than they have already.
Yeah.
But at least they need to keep track of where every one of IM is, because that's kind of the...
It just becomes useless if you have any one teammate next to you, which, like, in competitive, he's not going to be split that much. I mean, you see, like, he has a really good matchup into Poppy, but they're never actually sending him down till now, like in an open lane versus Poppy, because they want to make sure they have all this vision out first to do so.
Having knowledge of the Elise pathing or using a jungler to communicate, how do you know?
Okay.
I would say, I mean, when you're a pro player, you play the game.
Do you look at your map a lot?
And it's basically the same
Yeah.
junglers you play against in every game compared to.
I try to do it every 2 to 5 seconds.
They're always gonna take. Like, you can look at previous film tape of like, okay, the jungler is likely to do this, likely to gank mid at level 3, likely at level 2, or whatever the specific jungler is doing. And especially with your own jungler, imagine if you play jungle for like 12 plus games a day, you're gonna know where the enemy jungler is, so you're gonna have a rough feeling about it. So it just comes from experience.
In scenarios like that, where the tower is low mid, by the way, you should be telling, even in solo queue, you should be communicating to your teammates about the fact that you could chip it and break it.
It's mainly just about finding
with a little help
about the game. Like if you really want to,
alright,
you will always like be able to know where the enemy jungler can be if you just do enough research.
Interesting. So LS,
another
you are
cloud
Drake.
Drake.
I know of so many situations, and I know you're pretty good at tracking jungle pathing. Are there any clues or hints that players can use in a solo queue game to like keep aware of where an enemy jungler might be?
I mean, I can just give you, I guess, one example. If, for instance, you see an Elise in top lane and you click on her and she has a Gromp buff that's about to fade, and she just finished a gank and she's recalling. Well, you know that because she had the Gromp buff doesn't exist. It's unlikely that she has wolves. You can hit tab and see blue's not coming up, so that only leaves her with one option or one side of the map that she has to go to. So using no information as information, or using available information that tells you what is in actually the fog of war, it basically forces her to go to a certain area, and it tells you exactly where she's going.
Because she always wants to go to the side that has more camps to continue to clear. By the same definition, could you just look at any of the jungle buffs she has to kind of know where she will not be, because that clamp has already been cleared?
Anytime a jungler pops up on the minimap or something,
this is a good room. When you have a Sivir or any other like wave clear AD carry,
click on them and check in
you should definitely make use of roaming towards top if the first tower is still up. If they took the first tower. So yeah, like
Would you bring the Sivir with you, or just keep them mid?
No, you keep them mid, like they just did.
Okay.
Like if you see that, then yeah. The thing is, the success of your other lanes, or like the deficits in them, and even like where they're set up during the lane phase. And if you watch that video that I sent you, it was with a rank 7 mid in his own region. But it shows a lot about like playing the map according to what's going on both in your lane and other lanes and between the junglers.
Yeah, some interesting kind of next level plays. I think we saw that in some playoff games as well. Actually, specifically Baeme versus RNG. We saw an Echo fake leash a Gromp. Or sorry, a bot lane fake leash a Gromp and set up for an interesting pathing option for a Voidless. So those mind games are there, kind of praying. We just talked about kind of being able to predict based on that, and obviously if your opponents know that too, you get into this whole level of mind games. It's just even more complicated. But now looking at the game, of course, we're seeing SKT.
I think you're finding out how to CS waves very efficiently here, my man.
Taken all the outer towers.
Take notes.
Honestly, it looks like Baeme are kind of just
CSing waves 101 by Faker.
Faker just seems like he's going to be able to continue split pushing.
Yeah. One of the... Okay, sorry. One of the issues that I have with IM's team composition is the Poppy.
What if LS just passes out right now?
Pick for Amazing J. I don't think
you just hear a thud.
Enough in the current meta. And I think
what is wrong with you?
Doing a disservice to IM the longer that this game goes on.
That'd be hilarious.
No, it wouldn't be hilarious at all. That would be tragic.
You still have a blitz component where their team comp
a tragic comedy.
Certain parts of the mid game and late game.
Alright, so you saw where Faker put his ward right there. In solo queue, it's actually, especially when you have like a lead or pressure in mid and bot, if you can help out with warding in those gaps, like these.
I mean, if I may continue to get surprise scaling.
Oh yeah, I usually do that.
Do they have some paths to come back to the game despite maybe the weakness that the Poppy provides?
I think if they can get the right, I think the real good.
Can't they do Baron really easily? The SKT.
And then Rice can make his
yeah,
because
people that split, and then you can get a couple.
So are they just looking for a pick right now?
I think that's kind of the
what?
Are they just looking for a pick right now, or?
Yeah, well they're using their vision, and now I think they still need some resets. See, like Bang just reset. Wait, really? Bang just sold a longsword for a crit close, I think.
Like Faker's gonna beat Rice, Nidalee is gonna beat Elise.
Wait, is that not good? Don't you want the RNG?
No, yeah, it's good with Sivir especially because now that means you have 70%, and if you have 70%, then you're critting on like pretty much every auto.
There's a whole lot of things that IM can do other than maybe get a pick.
I think a lot
It's smart. It's just weird to see not a lot of players do it because it's very advanced. You know what I mean?
Also, I guess the rise to a certain extent, but definitely they can try to fight for vision around certain brushes around Baron or inside of their blue side.
But yeah, that's
and try to wait for
the
someone to face check
Korean
brush,
discipline difference
and
there and
using
knowledge.
Q and Elise's cocoon. But I
Faker
think
got a
shut down if Faker just actually gets a blue.
Yeah, he should finish that third when it's completely stacked. It'll give him a shit ton of AP.
Yeah.
And the shield is very useful.
Yeah.
Should he go Rabanods or Void Stuff next? Probably
Rabba.
Yeah,
because they don't. Oh, well, they have a locket on the Elise.
Yeah, they do, but he also has a Abyssal, and so does Snud.
Yeah, but he's not going to be that close to them to get the Abyssal passive out.
Mid will be at least. Like, when an actual skirmish or fight starts, if she ever jumps in on someone, it's proccing, and then it is in his, like, E range, you know what I mean?
Okay.
If he stepped up, so that's fine, yeah. It cancels out the Abyssal aura, and then they don't really have any MR other than that, other than on Poppy Spirit Visage, which... And Merc Treads, which, yeah, that's not much, even.
Yeah.
Too little, too late.
Oh, wow. They melted that thing?
Here as well. Decision, you can watch
You see how, oh shit. You see how he ulted just the first threat to come? Because if Poppy went in and actually pulled that off, that could have been like a really bad engage onto him. Yeah. Didn't hesitate for a second to pull on it.
If you actually want to fight. That might be some miscommunication from IM there, but besides that, I really like what SKT did. They know that IM only has one blue trinket, and they just go ahead and start Baron.
Oh wow, they melt those towers?
They're probably gonna back away, and then SKT knows they have no blue trinket, and they can freely get picked, force Baron again, without IM knowing. So I really like the way that they're pressuring the map in this game.
One of the things that they're doing right here, and it's very visible that obviously they're going to get this tower, but what you may notice is that Nidalee or Cassio is not really adding too much value because IM is already too low on HP. Had Faker or Blank actually just
second mountain for them.
The tier 2 mid tower and ran immediately down
That's pretty good.
It opens up 2 more rotations.
They're getting a second mountain.
They could have raised the bottom tier 2 turret, fallen back, eaten the Drake, and then fallen back and recalled. And then all of the lanes will pulsate into SK Telecom, thus forcing IM to fight them.
Interesting spot to be. Now taking a different alternative path here, so we're going to take a look at this replay one more time, but you can see this is pretty much just disaster striking for IM.
Yeah, Amazing J teleports in, but it was already too little too late. They probably thought maybe they could try to do something, but that's not going to happen, as Froggen pointed out, because Faker just has cleanse, so you can't really do anything with Poppy there, and I think that if the teleport completes, you're always giving up kills there.
Interesting spot to be.
I think he should just be creative with his Poppy usage right now. Like, he should be using his ultimate to knock people away. What he did was like, I'm gonna flash EU into a wall and you have cleanse and you can freely cleanse and then I'm gonna use my ultimate. Like, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. He needs to be more creative if he wants to make this Poppy pick really work.
Yep.
Amazing J, of course, wasn't the strongest player last year on the world stages, showing to struggle in these moments now against SKT, and SKT 12k gold lead at 29 minutes, and I can't imagine it's going to be too hard for them to close out from here. LS, you talked about having the waves come forward. Doesn't look like SKT are going to be able to force MA to fight them, but it does look like Faker is going to be able to force down this tower.
That's going to be a really interesting group between the bottom 3 teams now. IM, C9, and Yoey. C9 is 1-1, and now IM is going to be 1-1, right?
Yeah.
And then Yoey is 0-2 now. But the thing is, Yoey can beat any of those 2 teams.
Really?
Still. Yeah, other than SKT. SKT is obviously the king of that group.
Faker's moving to the mid lane as well. Maybe just looking to throw down pressure. Vision as well. Kind of a grim fate here for IM.
The good thing about having Ryze against the jungle is that he can actually match him, and Ryze ultimate would roughly be able to reach towards bot lane, so even if Duke decides to TP down bot, it will be a 5v5 fight. And if Amazing J was top instead of the Ryze, you would just see Trundle walk past the Poppy, just go slap the inhibitor of the tower, and he basically doesn't have to care about Amazing J. This way, it forces SKT to... It's a bit harder for SKT to actually do something, but, I mean, obviously...
Do you see his positioning? Because he has...
Yeah, I was staying on the right.
He has the Karma. Yeah, well, because he's staying away from the Braum CC.
Yeah.
While still threatening, yeah. And then,
habits, but
he knows he has the Karma, he has the E healing, and then the shield from Seraph, so if they even try to engage on him, then his team's going to be able to turn really hard, and obviously he has the Sivir move speed as well. So, yeah, that's when you can actually play super aggressive, but do you see how long it took him and how many times, or like how many times you would think he had a chance to be aggressive, but then he still had to be patient and wait until he had his items and like was in these team fights and his team was huge to just take the guaranteed win.
Yeah. At the same time. Rice finished the tier way later than Cassiopeia, so that's also some matchup difference right there.
Alright, well,
was able to spam out a lot
that's
more
game.
abilities than Baeme, and he got an earlier power spike regardless of
for
any
the
being
one-on-one.
Yes.
At the end.